Hi, John. Meeting will come to order. Everyone please rise. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
James.
Well, the good news is this month they don't have any new deaths to report, but I may have very possibly missed one last month. So Walt Norris, he was a longtime school teacher, especially a gym teacher at Fabius Pompey for many years, and he passed away in July. So I wanted to give him some recognition, and I think I might have missed him last month. So unless somebody else out there has something else, that's it, and let's give him a moment of silence.
Thank you. Jim?
Everyone has a copy of my report for August. Just would like to request a motion to approve the supervisor's report for the month of August.
I'll make a motion to approve the monthly supervisor report for August.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to approve the supervisor's report for the month of August. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Carried.
Second will be a request for a motion to approve the supervisor's bank reconciliation report for the month of August.
I will make a motion to approve the bank reconciliation for the supervisor for August.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to approve the bank reconciliation for August. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Carried.
We continue to look good for 2025 budget wise. I don't have any modifications or transfers at this time. I'll continue to monitor that for the rest of the year. I'm sure there will be a few that will pop up as needed, but so far so good. Class interest continues to come in at a pretty good clip. We're at $6,881 for the month, which brings us up to almost $59,000, or I'm sorry, almost $60,000 for 2025. Lastly, we need to agree upon a budget workshop date. We're supposed to meet Tuesday the 16th, and come to find out there's a court that day in this room, so we're not able to meet that day. So we need to come up with another date that works for everybody.
We were talking about the 20th, but it's not good for Dave.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of town Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, what? 16th, 17th, either of those work?
16th was the one that was quarter, what's the set?
Jimmy said next week's not good for you.
Can we meet somewhere else, like in a library, or does it have to be televised, this one?
I don't know.
It has to be published and it has to be open meeting. It does
Yeah.
not have to be recorded. That's not law. We just do that.
Right. What about if we had it, if they have court here, can't we have it at the Historical Society building? Or maybe at the library?
We could have right down in the break room in the highway department.
There you go, highway department, even better. Yeah,
Would that work?
The problem, we need, we have to get it, we have to publish a notice. The
If we
meeting
can't get it published till Thursday and if it needs 5 days.
by business days, apparently. I don't know, Alma, do you know the rules on this?
I do not.
okay, so
I see.
5 business days
It is
if we
5.
publish it tomorrow. Is it 5?
Yeah.
So if we publish it tomorrow, is that 1
17th.
or is that 0?
I think
I
they
would
only,
err on the side of
I
caution.
try.
Unfortunately, I think you wouldn't want to count the day that you publish it.
How about the 17th then?
and I think Nikki said they only publish on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm not.
That may-
good
that
at
may-
But I think we
that may be
ran into
true. I
that
don't know that.
before. So it may not even get posted till Thursday.
But if you post it Thursday, couldn't you do it next Thursday, the meeting next Thursday?
I won't be here.
No, 17th, and 17th, still 5.
17th is Wednesday. I can do 17th.
6 days, right?
17th, I can't do, unfortunately. Sorry.
The weeknights next week are not good for.
Yeah, I got a tough week next week. Friday the 19th, Saturday the 20th. You say it doesn't work for you.
Yeah, no.
Monday the 22nd, I have another budget meeting. Tuesday the 23rd, Wednesday 24th, Thursday 25th, all wide open.
I cannot, the 24th, I can't do. I can do the 23rd.
Well, is this place being used the 23rd?
Or it's the 16th, I can't imagine, but I
I
don't
mean,
know.
we got HCC, we got all other committees.
Why don't we schedule it for, the DPW conference room? Then you don't have to worry about anything else.
For the 23rd?
Yep.
PR, will that accommodate if anyone from the public wants to sit in on the meeting? Is there room? I've never seen it. Is there room there?
Probably not the break room, but I mean, if we set out the garage, we probably could.
Okay.
I think you just have to have available
Yeah,
room and seating if necessary.
Do you have chairs
yes,
for people,
we do.
if people
Well,
show
we
up?
can always log some down for you.
We can take these if you want.
So, and like what Jim said, this portion is just looking at what people have turned in as far as requests.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
is-
really any decision making on this one.
This is some decision making, this be taking the department head requests that we have, filling in the gaps, and then from there, for, preparing a tentative budget. Really, it's just a starting point for the budget process, so. We have until, I believe it's October 5th. For us to get Nikki a tentative budget. So it's really our first hard and fast deadline is around that time, so. What time on the 23rd?
It's
It's 21st.
23rd. 23rd. You want to do 5 o'clock? Does that work?
I'd rather do a little later. I mean, I know I'm gonna be up and doing hay again. So
Okay, you tell me.
let's try 6:30. I know early is gonna be tricky for me.
Okay.
Which week is that?
Tuesday, right? The 23rd.
Correct.
Okay.
6:30?
Before we commit to the highway department, can we first see if this room is available?
Yeah, that'll just be a plan B.
You can look right in. Now let's,
We've got the calendar for the judges and the planning board and zoning board.
Well, let me just,
Is there anything on the
at
23rd?
least we show out and if it's open. Here's it.
Well, we can overrule them, can't we?
Well, you'll
but we're
wanna,
gonna have to.
you'll wanna have it in the publication as to where it's gonna be. You don't have to
Right.
decide that tonight, but by the time the publication goes out, the notice.
Does
you
anybody
should
have the
that.
calendar?
So you don't
Yeah,
have,
I'm trying to bring it up now.
You can just pull it up. Doesn't look like there's anything on the 23rd.
Nothing. Okay.
Thank you, Veronica.
The court is the 16th, Historical Society on the 17th, court on the 24th.
Court's on Wednesday, then the other court?
Nikki,
I don't know, 17th,
I would
23rd is right.
review that with Nikki. That's just going by what's on here now.
Nothing for the zoning board of appeals or the planning board.
It's not that way.
not on that Tuesday.
Planning board is the 15th. And there was no, I don't think.
It's on Mondays.
Board
No,
meeting.
I'm never right here.
Okay, so Nikki has posted, so if she can see the calendar, so I think our first choice would be here. And then the second choice would be the highway department.
Right.
Nikki can post this one if it's available.
I'll be up here in the morning with, I'll check with her and get it posted. If it's available here, that's when we'll post it.
Thanks, Jim.
If that's all I have.
What's that, Jim? Alma?
I'm asking for approval of the monthly statements of income. No, I'll go to the clerk's report. I'm asking for board acceptance of August 2025 regular meeting minutes.
Yeah, I'll make a motion. We accept the board regular meeting minutes from August 20th, 2025.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to accept the board acceptance regular meeting minutes for 8/20/25. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. accepted.
I'm asking for board approval for the bank reconciliations for August twenty twenty-five for the town clerk and tax collector.
I'll make a motion to approve the bank reconciliation reports for August twenty twenty-five for the town clerk and the tax collector.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to accept the bank reconciliation for August twenty twenty-five for the town clerk and tax collector. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Say no. Carried.
Asking for board approval of the payment of the bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
With the $110.
Yep, with the $110 revision we wrote down there.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to pay the bills for the month of August twenty twenty-five. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Carried. Everybody got the codes enforcement officers report? I'm looking at them now. A busy month for Tim. Okay. He's bringing in lots of money.
Think he's doing a good job.
Yep. Need a motion to accept the codes officers report?
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the code officer's report.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to accept the codes officers report. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Carried. You're up.
Actually, I have nothing new here in the last 3 weeks. Other than the fact that we have not got our paving done. Suco had a little snafu with it. That storm that went through and lightning hit one of their silos, took their whole computer system out, so. That set us back a week or so.
Oh,
So we're still waiting on that. Other than that, everything's pretty well status quo.
were you gonna give us an update on the oil and water separator?
Oh, I still got quotes coming in. I got a couple already, so waiting on one more. Been in touch with a contractor to help us dig and set the tanks. And it looks like as long as we get the tanks within the next 4 to 6 weeks, we should be good before the end of the year to set them.
Great.
Wow, thank you.
That's great news. Thanks, Gary. The only other thing, we were talking about getting quotes for painting.
Yes, so from the price that I had last month, somebody's gonna have to do an RFP for that and put it out to bid.
Okay. Can you guys do that? Painting? RFP for painting of the town hall.
Yeah, could, so BR will just communicate with you.
Yeah.
In terms of what the scope of it is.
That's fine.
Particulars and things like that.
Yeah, I think I have your template already and,
We gotta get that done.
yeah. Well,
And we have the money, you think, Jim? Maybe? All right, we'll see what the bids come in at. See what the bids come in at.
Yeah.
All right.
We have one already, right?
Yeah.
Can we apply for more Main Street funding?
I wish we could get some of that money.
Hey, BR.
Yeah.
I know we had at least an email from some people concerned about trimming along like corners of different highways
Yeah.
and stuff and this particular was, I see them in several places, but this was like Route 20 and or Delphi Road. Looking back up, I know that's not a town
That-
road, but I just figured, I know we've got the email and I figured bring it up to you so you could, if there's anything you could say on where people should contact or what they should do, or if they get hold of you and.
There's a state road, right?
Yes, they are.
We've been-
Which one?
If
20?
you,
It's that tree. It's that tree that we can't get anybody to do anything with up on the right-hand side, going up the hill on the right-hand side.
yeah,
If you're coming off Warren Delphi Road, going toward Delphi, look up the hill,
You can't see it.
it's blind. You know, but you just, anybody that knows the intersection, like I angle up so I get a better view, and then if I see nothing coming, I gun it across that intersection, but people are coming down that hill. That's why I can't understand.
I saw James the other day, if you guys get calls like that, have them get a hold of me. And report it with me, that way I'll make, I fill out report for every phone call we get.
Oh, okay.
And then I can push it along to either a contact at the state or the county that I have, so. And then we kind of keep track of it, see.
So we'll have the fire department call you again.
Yeah.
Constant.
Yeah,
Well, and that's why I brought it up at the meeting, so if people
Yeah,
are
that's fine.
listening, they can get the idea. And,
yep,
you know, just to put it out there for the public to know that, you know, how that should work.
So BR, your recommendation is for everyone to call you with concerns about where no, I'm
they
serious, because,
can, yes.
but I mean, like you and I were talking about Pompey Center down by where we live,
Yes,
and you couldn't see anything,
No.
and the homeowners did it themselves.
Yep.
The county never came and
Right.
cut anything. So what's the best in that situation, whether it's me or anybody in the audience? What's the best way,
Well,
so they're not inundating you with calls?
I will say this for the county, because after I had spoke to you, I'd called a couple
Yeah.
people. And they have 5 or 6 mowers and they were down to 2 for the whole county. So they were kind of hurting and they
Yeah.
couldn't get things out and about.
Yeah, my bus drivers are after me every day about, I can't see coming out on this road.
Yeah,
I
it's
go, winter's coming, the leaves will fall.
Yeah, well, it's,
But I mean, Dave, they
Yeah.
can keep calling the county, you know,
Okay.
they can call right down to Janesville facility and report it. And just have everybody keep reporting it. And then they can even call me and then I can contact some people as well.
Or Delphi drives me nuts.
Jamesville facility.
Yep. And then, of course, for New York, state roads, it'd be Lafayette DOT.
Yeah,
I need their number, I have them.
all right,
Yep.
The bus.
that's good.
Thank you, BR.
You're welcome.
Town councilors report, Diana.
Hey, Facebook page is gonna be up and running, starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning,
Hey.
everything,
Yes.
everything looks good.
That's
What I said,
Long time.
I saw the early release, looks good.
Mhm.
I like it's where, what did you say, we're back? It's back,
We're back now.
something like Back in Black, something like that.
so tomorrow morning it'll go up and the information will be posted on the website.
Thank you for everything you've done
Yes.
to help get that up and running again.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Brian.
I think there's a lot of people that are gonna be happy with that.
Yep,
Absolutely.
okay.
Anyone else?
You have anything,
No.
James?
I'm gonna just throw out there if there's, only because the schools started back up again and I would like, if anybody out in the public has a highlight at any of the schools that they would like us to just mention, I would like to do that, if there's a play or an athlete that goes way far in a particular thing, I think it'd be nice to highlight any of the students or the big activities going on in any of the school districts that we have. I know Fabius, but I would welcome an email, a text or anything from anybody from any of the school districts or talk to the people that are in the districts. So I think that'd be a nice thing to add to our meeting.
From, we got a lot of schools.
Yeah,
So CAS, GE,
Uh,
FM, Baby's Pompey.
Yep.
All right.
Vicky,
Yeah, I think there's 4.
the writer,
Yep.
a lot of them.
Yeah,
Does Strider come into?
No,
I don't.
hang on. Bill, do you have anything?
No.
All right, well, I'd like to bring up something that we talked about back in January and February. And that was the idea of having Tom be the deputy supervisor. And we agreed we'd allow that to happen, but he would not have voting rights. I'd like to put on the table that we revisit that discussion and discuss the idea of giving Tom voting rights for the remainder of the year and the upcoming budget season. So. Anybody have anything you want to talk about? Bring up?
just what's changed. That's, just what's changed.
Well,
Everything's been-
I think-
Tom's been doing a great job. He's been getting paid for supervisor. He's been doing a great job.
I think he has been doing a great job, and I think that if you think about the discussions, there was a lot of discussions related to politics and whether people wanted to vote one way or another based on Tom having voting rights. So he's been doing a good job. I think that we're gonna have a lot of votes coming up with respect to the budget. And there isn't any other major items that I know that are coming up, but, you know, for the rest of the year, I think it would be nice if we gave them voting rights. James, Bill, anything you guys want to add?
No, I think the only thing I would say is he certainly, I've spoken with different parts of the town, highway codes. Everybody's certainly been very, very happy with what town has done, so I certainly know that he has their support. I mean, the town is running really well, particularly relative to maybe where it was a year ago, so. I don't know what implications that has for this issue, but I do know he's gotten very, very favorable reviews from everybody in town.
I'll say things have definitely been going smoothly. He's done a good, definitely done a good job last several months. See no problems in that. Things have calmed down a lot. I don't see a real reason to change it, but I'm also not against it either. I mean, it's just, I'm guessing fairly neutral on it, but the things have been, he has done a good job and,
Yeah.
I mean, we're a couple months, I guess 3 or so
Yeah.
left over, and then there will be a new supervisor anyway, so I don't see a reason for a big push on it, but if that's what it is, I'm fine with it, because it isn't, there are things have not been, things have been running smoothly and going well, so
Yeah.
that's where I stand on it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'd like to make a motion then that for the last 3 months, we allow Tom to have voting rights for the deputy supervisor position.
That would be called the interim supervisor.
Interim supervisor, okay? Voting rights for the interim supervisor.
So you're making a
I'm
motion for
making a
Tom to
motion.
become the interim supervisor, which gives him voting privileges. That's what.
Okay,
the motion
yes.
should be.
That's what my motion should be, so I can reword it, I guess.
Yes,
I would
yes.
like to make a motion for Tom to be the interim supervisor, to have voting rights and to continue to be paid.
I'll say that.
Motion made and seconded to appoint Tom Henry as the interim supervisor for the remainder of this term.
Yeah.
Is there any discussion? All in
No,
favor, say-
I think the communication lines have gotten better. The whole thing at the beginning was, I didn't think everything was being communicated well.
Mhm.
So, it's.
I guess in the midst of discussion, nothing to bring up, purely from a risk perspective. Hopefully I won't be the person doing it, but if you have somebody online and they can't vote, and we did have something come up purely from a risk perspective,
Right.
it would reduce the risk situation.
And we were late paying bills last month because
That is true.
2 of you were not here.
Right.
And, my resistance before was because there was a lot of controversy going on at the time and things have settled down and gone fairly smoothly. I wasn't, convinced back at the time that he even was gonna stick around and do the job anyways, so I'm very, at this point, I see it's a minor issue, so.
All right.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Both say no.
I
Carried.
I think you're right here.
I was in
5
favor.
days for the legal notice.
Diana, were you for?
5 days.
So I hadn't quite gotten my hand up.
Okay.
Because I was considering yes or abstaining, but it just went too fast.
All right, so just so that Elma has a correct record. Are you a yes or a no? Because I was confused by
Yeah,
that as well.
yeah, and then they said no, and then he picked up, so, I think I will abstain. Only because I don't see a real reason to change, not that I'm against it, that's just where I'm going to stand.
Okay.
And then you were.
I'm an aye.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, welcome aboard, Tom.
So
So 3 yes.
Yeah.
3 yes, 1 abstain. Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. So Jim, earlier you asked legal notice, Nikki got back to me in 5 days.
Thank you for looking into that.
Business days or?
Yeah, I would assume it's 5 business days, right?
What the next difference between the day set?
But we have way more than enough.
Anything else under town council's report? Anybody?
No.
Supervisor's report. Thing that I don't have on the agenda. Last March, I submitted to the New York State and Local Retirement System in Albany a form that's required every year in RS 2417-A. I filled it all out. According to Hoyle, I sent it in. Heard nothing until yesterday, and I got a letter from these people. They're in on the ball. Please pass a new resolution at the next available board meeting. The resolution must be posted publicly for a minimum of 30 days and filed with NYS LRS within 15 days after the public posting period has ended. So I need a resolution to approve the New York State and Local Retirement System Form RS 2417-A. And this is for retirement for B.R. Way, Ralph Cognetti, Trent Armand, Brian Fitz, Tim Barrett, Nikki Reed, and Diana Carpenter. It's all was sent in March, and I'm just getting this notice today that we didn't send a resolution. I didn't see in the letter I got originally where it needed one, but I guess it does now.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we approve Form RS 2417-A for the New York State local retirement system for the people BR, Ralph Cognetti, Trent, Brian Fitz, Tim Barrett, Diana Carpenter. Yeah. And that's it, right? No, is there more?
The time to,
No, that's it.
so she could see it. For the business.
If that's all we need, I'll second it.
Okay.
Motion made and seconded to accept the report on 2417-A from New York State and Local Retirement System for Brian Fitz, Bruce Way, Ralph Cognetti, Trent Armand, Diana Carpenter. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Carried. I'll get that out tomorrow to the NYSLR and get that resolved.
Thank you.
Pre-ordinance resolution. I talked to Phil George this morning at length. And I know we've had some discussion earlier about it. Even his committee has had some pushback to him. And he said if there's going to be an issue, he would rewrite the resolution. But on top of that, we have to have a public hearing. Am I correct on that?
Pass the ordinance.
Right, that's the ordinance required. And I'm not sure that the board is even interested in it at this point. It's going to get pretty involved. I think it's going to infringe on people's property rights personally. But whatever the board decides they want to do.
I would be, I won't say against it, but I'm concerned about the impact on BR. I don't think it's fair to dump a bunch more work on him, which I believe it will. And, I guess I feel like it's just more policy, more work that has limited benefit. It's like a asymmetric disparate. There's very limited benefit and a lot of potential cost.
Yeah,
So,
I guess along those lines, Bill, I was all in favor of it when we had Green Day, Earth Day here, and we talked to the people from Cornell, and I thought it was great. And the reason that I was really interested is I thought it'd be a great way to stop snow from blowing in all the roads all over the place. But then when you talk to the farmers, as I mentioned in the last meeting, they were completely against it because you're taking away square footage for crops and, putting more work on BR. So I guess I've changed my position with respect to the tree thing, especially when you hear the ECC isn't all in favor of it either, so.
And I've heard a fair amount of feedback, concern that it's just gonna become another, kind of government intrusion into for people's personal rights and their, it doesn't look bad, anything we saw, but it's like, okay, next thing you know, is the town gonna get calls because somebody else's tree isn't being taken care of properly? I just don't see a reason for another layer of ordinance that I don't see a real necessary for it.
Entertain a motion to not move forward with a USA tree ordinance.
I don't think we need a motion, do we? We just don't bring it up again.
Yeah,
It's just
I mean, I don't, I'm trying to recall, I don't think you passed a resolution or did anything
No, we
in
didn't.
relation
We
to it
didn't.
before, so I don't think you really need a resolution to walk away from it. It's a
Just let it die. It's
die on the vine, if you will.
May. Okay, Main Street funding update. Got a check last week for $14,784.75 for the Holbrook Heating Project. And that completes his project. He is all through. And they've done a beautiful job with that building up there, by the way. And I got a check also at the same time for the Pompey Club for $20,000, which pretty much does 2/3 of his project. And he has $26,600 left in the beautification fund to finish his project. He said that should be done by the end of September, the middle of October. JMS Services was here with me the other day. We talked about it. He has $12,700.50 project. That should be completed by the end of September, and that will finalize his. Noxie's, his project is $79,410. He's given me dates prior 3 or 4 times. The last date was he was gonna start the 1st of September. And Tim hasn't seen any permits yet, so I'm not sure what they're up to. So we'll see what that, by the next meeting, I'll have hopefully some answers on that. But he's gotta get moving on that. Time is running short.
Do we risk being approved for future funding if some of our winners, so to speak, don't go through with it?
Well, Michael Flair wouldn't be very happy.
Yeah, I gotta
And he might divert funds for Pompey someplace else if we don't follow through, because we're in contact weekly about updates. He wants to know, because that money can go other places, and it's getting toward the end of the year.
Well, can we get a direct line from Noxie saying they're either gonna do it or they're not? I mean, maybe they just don't have the means where they're actually even gonna start the project.
I have to go there. They don't answer my calls. They don't return my calls. I have to hold them.
Know that Noxie's gone. Is it the daughter,
Sonia,
Sonia?
yeah.
Robin signed it.
That begs the question, why would they plan first? You know?
I don't know, maybe something changed, maybe they're having a hard time with contractors.
When he came here for the last meeting with me, when I explained again the whole process of how this works, you have to pay everything up front. And you can do it incrementally, so he's got $105,000 less his match. So he figured if he did 25,000, he'd only pay 25% of that 25,000 for the match. He's got to pay the entire match up front. Well, that isn't the way it was explained to me. Well, I wasn't here then. Somebody else was here. And I said, I don't understand how you got it confused, because I have a copy of the contract, and so do you. But your contract is with the town. My contract is with the county. So if you read the contract, Rob, you'll see that you've got to pay the match, the total match up front.
Then you get
Oh,
reimbursed.
yeah. Oh, okay. Have a nice day. So I'm still waiting, and we'll see what happens. The NYSERDA grant update, John Shaheen. you have the floor.
I wasn't at the last meeting, at last month's meeting, but I did watch it on the video, and not much has changed since what was discussed at that meeting. Basically, the RFP is 98% complete. NYSERDA's reviewed it, CNY Regional Planning has reviewed it. And there's a couple things I've got to go over with Amelia. But again, BR and I have talked, and the plan would be to bid it. Probably something like late February and receive bids late March, and then award in early April for early spring / summer execution. So,
We're good through the end of 2026
oh yeah.
on this grant.
Oh,
is there a
no,
next
I think it's, I gotta go back and look, but I
3
believe it's
years?
2027.
Oh,
2 years, yeah.
well, time is not an issue.
No. In
That was
fact,
my concern.
no. In fact, the plan would be that we see where these bids come in. And then if there's money left over, we'd look at replacing the overhead doors
Yeah.
as well, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay, great.
John, thank you for everything you're doing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, thanks for all your efforts. That was big to get $60,000. Sure was. Sure helps.
And then there was, I believe you were putting something in the board's folders for tonight, but we got a few months ago, CNY Regional Planning came to me and asked me if we would do an open house workshop showcasing our heat pumps here in the town hall for other municipalities who were interested in doing a similar project. So
Yes.
that event, and I did talk to Tom about it originally. Right, so that's gonna happen on October 23rd. If you know any other municipal town board members or others who would be interested.
I'm gonna touch base with Lafayette, Pelican, and Fabius. They're all part of our group here in our district,
Yeah, you
in Dave
probably,
Knapp's district.
right, and you probably got an email from CNY Regional Planning announcing it as well.
I did.
Okay. So any questions? Yeah, that's it.
No, that's great. Thanks. for all you're doing.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it very much.
I think you skipped one.
Oh, six. Anything down there right now?
Okay, an update on the SAM grant. BR pretty much took care of that. We have $70,000 left on that grant. The oil and water separator is priority 1 for this year. And we think we're pretty close to that number.
Yeah,
There's might even be a little below it,
might be,
hopefully.
we
So
got other things.
the tank prices were cheaper than we thought.
Yeah,
So that's good.
speaking of which, we applied for another SAM grant through John Lamonde's. I
Good
haven't
luck with
heard,
that.
I haven't heard anything from him.
Yeah, I don't hear from him anymore either.
Okay,
I'm a little surprised at him. But that is what it is.
yep.
Okay, speed limits. Been working on that for a while. Now, I know some people think all I gotta do is call the DOT and they'll change the speed limits
Oh,
on town roads and county roads and state road. And that isn't how it works. So, talking to the regional director of the DOT a number of times, what I need from the board is a resolution to allow me to submit a request for Route 91 speed limit to be reduced from 55 to 45, wherever it's posted as 55, north of Route 20. And that's what I need a resolution for before they'll do anything.
so the whole, from Route 91. Route 91, Route 20, all the way down into Jamesville?
Route 91 from the hamlet, where it turns to 55, to the town line of Lafayette. That's what I'm requesting. I can't request what Lafayette wants to do.
What do you mean, James?
James,
Jamesville.
Town of Lafayette,
Oh, that's Lafayette.
Town of Lafayette.
So I'll make a resolution that we formally request the speed limit to be reduced from 55 to 45 on Route 91. North of Route 20, all the way to the town of Lafayette.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to allow the supervisor to request the speed limit be reduced from 55 to 45 on Route 91 north of Route 20 from the hamlet where it turns to 55 to the Lafayette line. Is there any discussion?
yeah, I'm trying to picture 45 in that area.
Well, it's hilly and it's curvy.
Like, it's all of the roads in town of Pompey are hilly.
Well, that one is treacherous.
And just,
You get
wondering,
down by Carol Marsh's house, that is treacherous.
uh, I thought we were trying to take care of Sweet Road down by Broadfield.
Well, I'm bringing that up next.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's like,
I have to do the state road. And I gotta do the county roads. Two different operations.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
and
Those say no. Carried. So I'll submit that request tomorrow. And what the state will do, they'll take that request. They'll have meetings. They have to do a traffic study. They have to do a speed study. And it will take weeks and maybe months
it's not.
before they make a
guaranteed.
determination. And that's how it works.
Okay.
Now on the county roads. I'm requesting a resolution to reduce the speed limits on Sweet Road and Henneberry Road from 55 to 45, the length of the road where it turns to 55 from the hamlets.
Henneberry Road, I'm all for. Sweet Road is
Where those
already
accidents have been.
already 45 down what by Heritage Hill, it's already 45, right?
So it'd just be the rest of the way. I think that makes sense.
There's a couple new 45 signs up
There
there.
is.
There are new 45 suggested speed limit signs just before Broadfield, moving north, and just before Broadfield coming south. They are new,
I'll make
after I screamed at them for a month.
I'll make that motion.
I'm all for the Henneberry Road, sure. Sweet Road area there by Pratt's Falls Road, that's a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
You know, by the time you're, yeah, I think it. I'm seeing that, I'll make the motion or second or whatever. I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
You want a second?
That's sweet.
You can-
I'll second it.
55 to 45.
Motion made and seconded to allow the supervisor to
Sweet.
present speed limit reduction on Henneberry Road and Sweet Road from where the hamlet turns into 55 all the way to the end. Any discussion?
Accidents.
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I-
Opposed, say no. I will send that in tomorrow, so just so you understand how that works.
Well, let me know if this works, because I got about 6 other roads I'd like to get down to 45.
And I know that you can't do, if they told me 1 or 2,
Yeah.
don't get crazy.
Not a
Cause I
100%.
got calls from Berwin Road, Pompey Center Road, Orin Delphi Road. And we gotta pick and choose our priorities.
Well, and you can change the speed limits all you want. If it's not enforced, it doesn't look good.
No,
So
if they're not gonna abide by the 55, they're not gonna abide by the 45.
that's true.
So let me tell you how that works. So I submit this request to the county DOT. They do a traffic study, they do a speed study. Then they either approve or disapprove. And if they approve, then they have to go to the state and get the state to approve. That will take weeks, if not months. That's what I was told. So, people think I can just call up there and, hey, change the speed limit sign on 91 tomorrow, please. Doesn't work that way.
Does the speed study
Well-
give any justification then for enforcement to get more people out here?
Well, I'm gonna bring that up next.
Or,
So enforcement, and I've been trying to get a hold of the people in charge of this district for enhanced patrols, and I've talked to some of the council members about it. Not gonna be cheap to do that. We need to have more enforcement here. On Henneberry, Suite 91, probably or in Delphi. Trouble with that is, it's gonna be expensive. And you know who they're gonna catch, don't you? They're gonna catch the people going to work, coming home from work. Those are the people that are in a hurry. And they're gonna be local people. And they're gonna be up here screaming that we got too many police out there and going after them.
What constitutes expensive? Do we have a rough idea?
If I would get a call back from Captain Balwick or Lieutenant Newber, I would know. But they don't return my calls. So I don't know what's going on with the sheriff's department. Sometimes you don't even get them to answer the damn phone. And then when you do get somebody on the phone, and I know who I gotta talk to, please have them call me back. I called this morning. Nobody called me back today, all day.
I have to assume it's gonna be the same hourly rate as the people we have that come to meetings or not?
I would think it would be about the same.
Well, I
And
think,
then you gotta decide as a board, what days, what hours of the days you want them covered, where do you want them to cover? That's all gotta be discussed. But we can't do anything until we get the cost.
And I know the town of Vegas. They tried to get the extra enforcement and they actually, law enforcement stopped patrolling the area down there because the judges kept throwing the tickets out. They said, "To waste my time, I issue tickets. If they're not gonna enforce the tickets, so.
We cut the budget for that last year because they just weren't, they didn't have the time to devote to our area for.
They couldn't find anybody that wanted the extra hours to come out here and do the job.
So I believe we budgeted around $20,000 a year in years past. I think we cut that significantly, probably like 12, 15. I don't think we're gonna hit back this year.
Yeah.
It's not because we're not requesting this, because they just want to be able to step it.
That's a discussion for the budget meeting.
right,
Yes.
yeah, and listen, I wanna just say thanks for looking into it on behalf of the town, Tom. I know there's been a lot of people that have come and shared their concerns about speed limits on all these roads that you mentioned. And between writing letters to the state and the county, trying to get the speed limits reduced, and on top of that, trying to get enforcement to supplement the speed reduction until it actually happens. I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, it's no easy task.
So on the agenda, you had Warren Delphi Road listed. Did you decide not to proceed with that road with your other requests? It's pretty straight. Warren Delphi Road's pretty straight.
Coffee Center Road's a racetrack.
Uh-huh.
But the road is.
One thing that is also didn't get on the agenda that I forgot to put on there was we need to start searching for a grant writer. I need you guys to help me out with that. I've been searching and I haven't found one yet.
Yeah, and there was that one email we got about the potential, there was a grant thing for some, for the some swim thing, you know, I mean, it looks like there's hardly any time to ever put anything together, but I definitely, it pricked my eyes up if there was ways we could figure out how to.
When they
Yes,
put the
please.
grants out there, they don't give you a lot of time. You gotta have somebody that understands them. They're very complicated. You gotta apply, you gotta find out how, if you're eligible for what they have to put out there. And you gotta be a computer whiz, which I am not. So it becomes very hard and a lot of time spent. So if we can get the board to help me out for a grant writer.
Yeah,
You can pay them by percentage, you can pay them hourly, whatever you decide you want to do. But we can take in a lot of money. They're throwing money out there like crazy, the state and the county. Which brings me to the new beautification program for 2026. That was just sent out here a couple of weeks ago. That the county of Onondaga is putting out more beautification grants for businesses for beautification. So I've already sent out applications to a half a dozen businesses in town. And trying to get the word out for the rest to apply. They gotta apply by the end of September. They don't give you a lot of time. Well, get the word out to everybody you think.
Previous recipients can apply again.
Yes, previous recipients can apply again. But they've narrowed down the scope of work. No blacktop, and no landscaping to speak of. It's gotta be building beautification. Because I've had people turn down and, you know, they are very upset they didn't get it, but they didn't follow the rules. They put it out there what they'll accept and what they won't, and they're not gonna accept things that you wanna do if it's not in the program. Pretty simple.
Yeah, the town's not eligible, right, for this building.
First thing I ask.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we wanna move the building out 30 feet. Be nice. But that isn't gonna happen. Okay, last thing on my agenda is the Pompey Historical Society. This old house, presenter Jeffrey Kellish. SU Masters candidate in archaeology. An historical trip through time, through the artifacts left behind by early settlers on a Kellish farm site.
That's the date.
September 17th at 7 p.m. at the Pompey Town Hall. That should be interesting. And that's the end of my report. I do have a note here from Carol O'Hara. She can't attend tonight's meeting. She would like her public statements read into the record under public comments. So I will do that. As a follow-up to the safety concerns expressed at the August meeting, please review the enclosed documents. And there's a whole stack of them here. To correct the record, there has been fatal car accidents on Henneberry Road, in addition to the recent fatalities on Sweet and Route 91. I was lucky to survive an accident at the intersection of Henneberry and Broadfield when a young driver failed to stop at the stop sign. My car flipped, landing in a ditch, and was completely demolished. I was lucky to survive. There were 2 residents walking on Gates Road who were killed by a driver. There have been too many fatalities or near fatality crashes for the issue to go unaddressed. I'm requesting that the town board formally request speed limits be posted on Sweet Road, Henneberry Road, and Route 91 in order to create a safer environment for all residents. Drivers, walkers, runners, cyclists, children, etc. As a resident of Henneberry Road for almost 50 years, I have witnessed the dangerous changes and deeper ditches, higher speeds, and so on. We would be negligent to not address the issue with coordinated agencies. I look forward to your swift action on the matter. Please advocate with the county legislature. Sincerely, Carol O'Hara. Well, Carol, we took care of that.
Is Carol the young lady that was here last month talking
She
about?
was here last month and made a nice presentation. And she sent documentation where a woman was killed. Governor Hochul signs new laws to enhance street safety. Yeah. State of New York and Assembly. Another bill that they passed. And the state Senate bill that was passed. And the New York State Department of Transportation applies systematic planning process to lane departure crashes and all that stuff. But that really has no bearing. It's what they can do for us now, our resolutions and our request for those speed limits to be reduced and enhanced police patrols.
Tom, in your conversations with these people, did you happen to bring up putting the yellow flashing caution intersection signs at Gates and Sweet?
I did not.
Okay.
My first priority was to reduce the speed limits.
Right.
And you can just sense the attitude when you talk to these people that,
Mhm.
you know, well, we hear what you're saying and we'll go through the motions, but I'm gonna keep after them. I'm gonna keep after them and just see if we can't get something done, because I think it's a serious issue. I see people flying down Sweet Road. I see them flying by my house on Pompey Center Road at 75, 80 miles an hour every day.
Well, and that's probably more of the thing, even in production, is the fact that they're not even doing 55, it's more.
My wife won't even go to the mailbox.
I mean, if it was actually
You're
under
run
55, it
over.
wouldn't be quite so bad.
We've had 3 cars pass school buses, well, the kids already this year.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, are there any other public comments? Engineer.
Deborah Brunier, 2010 Cemetery Road. And in the interest and transparency for residents, I don't know why the interim supervisor vote wasn't on the agenda. What it has been the previous few times it's been considered. And just, do you know why it wasn't on the agenda? The residents weren't notified that there was gonna be a vote today.
I don't prepare the agenda.
Just decided to do it tonight, for a moment, or?
I can tell you, I'm the one that brought it up, and
I
the
did.
reason it wasn't on the agenda is I wanted to have a discussion, see where it would go.
Okay, so you didn't feel the need to notify the public with residents in
We didn't
advance so they
even
could
know.
comment or address?
Yeah.
Sorry?
I didn't even know
Yeah,
before
it's-
tonight.
You didn't know either?
No.
I'm just a little concerned of the way things are handled. The gavel pit starts, hitting the desk before everyone's been considered, their votes are listened to. These are my concerns. Also, I wanted to talk about the sheriff. I know there was no vote. I'm here every month and with no vote to have a sheriff attend the meetings. And that's, concerning that every month there's a sheriff here. Our town is paying for a sheriff. There's no sheriff at the zoning board meetings. There's no sheriff at the planning board meetings, just the town board meetings. And I'm just wondering why that is. No answers?
Deb, how controversial are the town board meetings typically? Up to the point we got the sheriff involved.
I think the solar meeting was more controversial. There are a lot more people there, standing room only. There's no sheriff there. So I'm just looking for answers. Why there's a sheriff, why our town is paying for a sheriff. The sheriff could be out patrolling the roads.
Do you know historically, how long has there been a sheriff at town board meetings? Historically speaking,
I don't remember a sheriff.
long time. Carol Marsh I asked her. She had one at every single meeting and she was town supervisor for a long time.
So when was the practice stopped? When they
I
became?
think when Renee was I think I'd have to ask Renee.
So is this in the budget? I mean, it was
Sure, we
not,
have plenty, we have a sheriff line item in the budget.
you do?
Hmm?
Okay. For the meetings?
We do.
Just for town board meetings?
We, not specifically town board meetings, we have a line item for sheriff.
So it was not voted on, it wasn't brought up on an agenda, I looked at previous agendas, it was never on an agenda, it was just. All of a sudden, there was a sheriff in April,
I think that's the case.
okay, well, not a lot of transparency there, I don't think, thank you.
Lisa?
Lisa Miles, Pratt's Falls Road. I had a couple financial concerns as well. I left last month's zoning board of appeals meeting. Feeling uneasy. It was pretty apparent while I was there. That the solar farm discussion was not being handled appropriately. The seeker was not performed appropriately. And I left there thinking, we're gonna have another lawsuit on our hands, and it's the taxpayers that are paying these legal fees. So I checked the New York State electronic filing system a couple weeks ago, and sure enough, there's a second Article 78 filed for the same inability to perform the seeker appropriately. So I'm wondering if now we're gonna be in an upwards of over another $100,000 this year for the Article 78. how much money we're gonna be paying in legal fees, and if you'd consider, since the budget is coming up, maybe getting some seeker training for our town officials, because this newest lawsuit, I feel really could have been avoided with proper guidance and training. So just something to consider that we might need for the town officials.
I was at the meeting, I went through the whole thing, paid attention to it. I think regardless of how, whatever conditions they use to proceed with a legal action, if they didn't get the outcome they wanted, they were gonna sue.
Agreed.
Would you agree?
Yes.
That-
It's a controversial
that-
topic,
that-
but it's the seeker that's not being performed appropriately. And like I said, I wonder, there's no hard look. And I wonder if there was proper training, that things might be different and we wouldn't be paying so much.
Dave, you got a response for
Can
that?
always look
Yeah,
at it.
I would simply respond that when you say that there was another sort of screw up at seeker, the court disagreed in the first lawsuit with that assessment and said the town did it right. So when you imply that there was another screw up,
Mhm.
I think you're wrong,
Well,
respectfully.
and I'll respectfully disagree with you
Oh, well, the
because
court
the
agreed
court
with
did
the-
not, the court did not address the seeker in the original Article 7
Okay. With
decision, which is why,
Okay.
an appellate court will decide that
Yeah.
soon enough.
Okay.
Absolutely.
but like I said, just maybe some training
It
would
can't hurt to
would be
always look to
helpful.
see if there is some training available. I mean, it doesn't hurt to look.
I'm sure there is. It would be a lot less expensive. Thank you.
Anyone else?
That's it, unless anyone else has.
Anyone else on Zoom, Veronica, that wants to comment?
No.
No one else? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
That the motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You know, meeting's adjourned. 33. Only 33.